Oh baby, when you're near, my heart is trembling. How we gon' get it on? I am anticipating.
Hello, LaChan here, Psychic Love Coach. And this is going to be a pick a card reading about how to attract him, how to draw him to you. This reading is for the ladies. If you are a male, you can always watch the reading, see how it resonates with you, but it may not resonate with you. I have 4 piles here. Pile number 1 with Moonstone, pile number 2 with Tiger's Eye, pile number 3 with Rose Quartz, and pile number 4 with Labadorite. Go ahead and look at these piles, look at the stones, see which one is calling out to you the most. And then you can check the description box for the timestamp for that stone or for that pile, and that will give you your messages. And this is a timeless reading, so anytime you are watching this reading, the messages will be for you. If you are interested in getting the messages for your particular situation, how to attract your particular person, book a reading with me through Wizio. That link is in the description box below, wizio.com/psychiclovecoach, and that is Wizio with an S. Make sure to thumbs up and like this reading if the messages resonate. Comment. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. Subscribe to my channel if you are returning and you have not done so already. So go ahead and look at the cards here. Look at the piles. If you need to, you can pause this reading and look more closely. And then pick your pile. Check the description box below, and I will see you on the other side for your messages. Those of you who chose pile number 1, which is this lovely Moonstone crystal here. So let's talk about how you can attract your man, what you can do. So the first thing that I'm noticing here is an energy about acceptance, about accepting yourself for who you are and being yourself, not what it is that you think he wants. Be yourself, show off yourself. He wants to see your uniqueness. I also have here, accept him for who he is, not what you want him to be. So there is a need to accept your man for who he is. Accept him for the good, the bad, his quirks, the interesting things about him, his uniqueness. So let's go back to this card, be yourself, not what he wants. This card reads, if you want to know how to make him want you, be yourself. In a sea of phonies, he wants the one woman who has her own style. So he wants someone who is unique. He wants someone who is authentic. He wants someone who is real. Accept him for who he is, not who you want him to be. Love comes with complete acceptance. Don't treat him like a project and try to change him. Let me read that again. Don't treat him like a project and try to change him. Yes, he is not perfect, but he has his imperfections, and so do you. So again, this is a need to accept him in his entirety, accept him for who he is, accept him for who he does, right? We don't want to try to change him, or you don't want to try to change your man. And if there are qualities that you don't like about him, if there are things that you want to change about him, realize that if there are things you want to change about him, you're not loving him for who he is. And if you want to change him, if you don't love him for who he is, then you can always be with someone else who you love them for all of their qualities. At the same time, no one is ever perfect, so that person will likely have some faults too. Let yourself be vulnerable. There's beauty in every single human emotion, and in those brave enough to let themselves feel things in front of another person. And then I also have here the card, don't use sex to bring him closer. So I'm feeling like this is saying, to show him your raw emotions, to show him who you are. And that's going to draw him to you by being yourself, by being vulnerable, by showing that you have human emotions, by showing your emotions, what you feel, what you experience, right? Letting him know the real you. That's going to help build intimacy and a deeper connection between the two of you. But don't use sex to bring him closer. Use you. Not sex, use you and who you are and the wonderful qualities about you. You can't rely on sex and sex alone to make him commit. This also works the other way around. You can't use sex as a weapon and tell him that the sex will stop until he commits, as this won't work either. So using sex as a weapon isn't going to draw him to you. That's actually going to create a separation and a distance. You want to draw him closer to you by showing him who you are. Once again, being vulnerable, being authentic, showing your emotions. And also, forget what he says. What matters more is what he does, not what he says. Pay attention to actions. Actions speak louder than words. And a person will show you who they are. A person will show you what they think if you pay attention. What matters more is what he does, not what he says. Follow through means everything if you want to know you're seeing a man with real long-term potential. Pay attention to his actions and act accordingly. So pay attention to his actions and act accordingly. All right, so those of you who chose pile number 1, these are the messages that I have for you. Thumbs up and like this reading. Also, comment and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. If you are interested in booking one of these readings, go ahead and contact me through the Wizio link below, and we can look into your particular situation and how to attract your man in particular. So again, check the Wizio link in the description box below. That'll be the best place to book one of these readings with me. And while you're there, make sure to enter to win this month's love reading drawing. All right, thumbs up, like. Also, subscribe to my channel if you're new, subscribe if you're returning and you have not done so already. Sending you so much love and so much light. Bye. Hello, those of you who chose pile number 2, which is the Tiger's Eye Heart. So let's look into how to attract him, how to draw him in. First off, there is a theme that I'm noticing here, and the theme that I'm noticing here is about wanting to be chased. And I feel like you want to be chased by this person. You want to be chased by him, but I feel like that's not really taking place here. So I have here the card of cut your losses, and I don't feel as though this has to do with cut the losses with the relationship, more so cut the losses with what it is that you are seeking, what it is that you are wanting, which again could be him to chase you, him to come after you, and that's not really taking place right now. So this card, cut your losses, says cut your losses and move on. I know you want him to chase you, but if you're not feeling loved or valued, what's the point? You're too good to be with a guy who isn't sure if he wants or if he wants you, who isn't sure what he wants or if he wants you. And then it's interesting because I also have the card of if you want to get chased, you have to stop doing the chasing. So again, we have these cards about chasing. So this card, if you want to get chased, you have to stop chasing, says, if he's not that interested in pursuing you, but you're chasing him, the balance is thrown and soon he'll lose even more interest. So even though you want him to chase you, this may not be happening right now. So the best thing for you to do is to take time away from him. Perhaps hitting the pause button and taking a little time apart can really help you realize how much you appreciate each other and make your relationship grow stronger. So the best thing to do is not to chase, right? Not to chase, to back up, back off, and take time away from him. Let him miss you. You don't want to constantly be pursuing him because that will throw off the dynamic and the polarity of masculine and feminine. Right? Men need to pursue. That's what they do. They need to pursue. And therefore, men will not value a woman more, but it's like value the connection more. Value the situation more. And he will be more interested if he gets to do what it is that he normally does, which is pursue, right? So also, it's a good idea to upgrade his life. Even though you are taking a break away from him, even though you're pushing the pause button, backing up, focusing on yourself, right? And I also have a feeling that your independence to him attracts him. Or to him, your independence makes you sexier. So upgrade his life. Being with you should be better for him than being alone. More fun, more purpose, more love. Simply upgrade his life by showing him that your presence adds value. So even though you're taking that break, when you do show up in his life, add value. Okay, add value to his life in some way. That's going to bring him in. And learn to communicate with him. Perhaps there's a breakdown in communication, or maybe you don't share your feelings, or you don't share what you're really thinking, or there's just not a solid communication between you two. So let him feel comfortable in telling you how he honestly feels without getting angry, argumentative, or defensive if you don't agree with some of the points he makes. He will feel more comfortable opening up around you, okay? So the overall theme here is not chasing, taking time away from him, but adding value to his life and learning how to communicate with him and allowing him to open up to you and not getting mad at you if something that he says you don't quite agree with or doesn't fit what you want him to say, okay? So those of you who chose pile number 2 with Tiger's Eye, these are the messages that I have for you. Thumbs up and like this reading. Also comment and subscribe to my channel if you are new. Subscribe to my channel if you are returning and you have not done so already. If you would like to book one of these readings to get more information on your particular situation and how to connect with and attract your particular person, then go ahead and contact me on Wizio. That will be the best place to get one of these readings. That link is in the description box below. I'm sending you so much love and so much light, and I cannot wait to see you here again soon. Hello, those of you who chose pile number 3 with the lovely rose quartz stone here. Let's go ahead and go into how to attract him. So, I'm getting an energy here of kind of separating yourself from him, not going after him, and letting him come after you. Letting him step up. Letting him show you that he's worth your attention. I had a card pop out, and this is a card of he needs to show you that he's worthy of your attention. So this card says he should be showing you that he's going to step up and be an amazing person to get you. If you're doing all the work, you prevent this from happening. So you may be doing the work, or you may be putting in more of the effort. You may be the one that calls him first. You may be the one that texts him first. And it will be better to let him take the lead, to let him do what men do, which is to pursue, right? So I also have here, make your relationship a priority. If you make it a point to really prioritize your relationship, then you will find that success is going to come to the both of you as a couple. So when this is talking about making your relationship a priority, this is talking about how you behave in this relationship. Right? If the relationship is something that you want, if a relationship with this person is something that you want, or if to deepen the connection with this person is something that you want, you have to be willing to act in different ways, do things differently so you get what it is that you really want. So that's making your relationship a priority. Prioritize what it is that you want and act in accordance with that. Now, I also have here, don't jump to conclusions and never assume. It is important to take all their actions and behaviors at face value. Take all the actions, take the behaviors at face value. Don't try to bend his behavior to fit the rosy little fantasy picture you painted for yourself in your mind. So people will show you who they are, right? People will show you who they are by their actions. So it's very important for you to not make assumptions and really pay attention to his actions and what he does. I also have here, make him feel he will lose you forever and be willing to lose him to get him. If you want him, you have to be willing to lose him. If you want him, you have to be willing to lose him. That's very different from having that desperate energy of, I need somebody and I'm willing to act in whatever way. I'm willing to let them treat me in whatever way. I'm willing to look past red flags. I'm willing to, you know, excuse behaviors and things because I really want to stay with this person. If you want him, you have to be willing to lose him. You can't put him on a pedestal like he is some god. He is a human being and replaceable. He's a human being and he's replaceable. You have to realize it's not him that is irreplaceable, it's you. You're the one who is irreplaceable. And again, we have this energy of perhaps you are putting him on a pedestal like some god. Perhaps you are looking at his behavior to fit it into the rosy little fantasy picture you painted for yourself in your mind. So I'm feeling like there's a need for you to really get realistic about the situation, to see the situation for what it is, not what you want it to be. Also, make him feel like he will lose you forever. A sense of loss within a man will make him realize your value. A sense of loss will make him realize your value. You want him to realize your value. Having other men enter the competition for your heart is essential if you want to create a fear of loss. Remember though, less is more, don't overdo it. So it could be useful in this place to let him know that other men are interested, that other people are interested, that you do have other options and he's not the only one. You have to be willing to lose him. You have to be willing to lose him. And it doesn't really necessarily have to be losing him per se. You have to be willing to perhaps be open to the idea that there's something better for you out there. If he's not willing to show you that he's worthy of your attention, he has to step up and show you that he's worthy. And that's going to come by being willing to lose him, by giving off that energy, also by being willing to be open to something better. What you have to say to yourself is, I'm going to have this relationship, this person, or someone better. And that's going to shift your energy and make it so you don't come across as desperate for this particular person. And that will allow him to value you more. Never call or text first. If you're making the effort, he's not doing the chasing. Remember, he has to do the chasing. He needs to show you he's worthy. If you're making the effort, he's not doing the chasing. Let him reach out to you. Let him make effort. Let him come to you. If he's interested, nothing is going to keep him away. And if he isn't, why would you want to waste your time in the first place? If he isn't interested, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Go to someone who's better for you. But in the meantime, don't call, don't text him first. Let him come after you. Let him pursue you. Also, show that you're willing to lose him. Have that energy that you're willing to lose him. Make him feel like there's a potential that he can lose you. That'll make you more valuable. Don't jump to conclusions about the situation. Don't put him in this pretty little box, this pretty little gift wrap box, and see him as, you know, something that he's not. Okay, be realistic with the situation. So that's what I have for you. Pile number 3, thumbs up and like this reading, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. Subscribe to my channel if you are returning and you have not done so already. If you would like to know more about how to attract your particular person, book a reading with me through Wizio. That link is in the description box below, wizio.com/psychic love coach. And that's Wizio with an S. Again, in the description box below. I'm sending you so much love and so much light. While you're in the description box below, make sure to enter to win this month's love reading drawing as well. All right, pile number 3, I love you guys, and I'll see you here soon. Hello, bye. Pile number 4, those of you who chose this Labadorite stone. Let's go into your messages of how you can attract him, your man, your love interest, okay? Let's go into this. So the first thing I'm seeing is this need to communicate. This need to communicate, but there's a particular way that you are being guided here to do so. So first, let's go into this bottom card here. Handle rejection gracefully. A rejection doesn't necessarily mean you're in a dead-end relationship. It just means that you aren't going to get exactly what you want, exactly when you want it. So there's something that you want when it comes to this connection. This can be an actual relationship. This can be taking this to the next level. This can be, you know, being engaged or getting married, whatever this has to do with. And this is saying that just because you're not getting what it is that you want when you want it doesn't mean you're never going to get it. Never gonna get it. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're never going to get it. You know, it just means that it's not something that you're going to get right now. And that also doesn't mean that you're in a dead-end relationship. So I also have here the need to set and maintain healthy boundaries. You should communicate your standards and boundaries in a respectful and feminine way. Equip him with the necessary knowledge and tools to successfully pursue you. So there's a lot about the need to communicate here. But there's also a need to avoid emotions and being too emotional and overly emotional when you do communicate with him. So speak your mind. Speak up if something is bothering you or if you feel something wrong in the relationship. Solving a relationship problem starts with making each other aware that there's a problem. So you want to bring up whatever this problem is, and it could have to do with rejection, right? But you do want to speak your mind. You do want to say what it is that you're feeling, because if not, you may just build up resentment. So you want to say what it is that you're feeling, but avoid bringing him down when you have this conversation. You might not notice that you turned him off. Many times we're habituated to a certain conversation pattern, and we might not even realize that what we say is negative. So when you do communicate with him, make sure that it's coming from a lighthearted place, an easygoing place. You don't want to come across in a way that turns him off. You don't want to come across in a way that creates a separation instead of a coming together. So again, it's really important for you to communicate what it is that you want, your standards, your boundaries, what it is that you're needing, whatever it is, whatever this is that you need to communicate is going to be different for everyone because this is a general reading. But communicate what it is that you want in a respectful way, in a feminine way, okay, in a lighthearted way, in a way that isn't going to bring him down, because you want to avoid bringing him down. And how you can do this is by avoiding emotions. Hold your emotions in check. You don't want to get overly emotional when you have this conversation. Men are more logical. So you want to come at this situation in a logical way, as though you are solving a problem. As though you're solving a problem. That will help you guys communicate better and be on the same page, be on the same level, okay? Because a lot of men aren't able to identify with that overly emotional way that women can be at times. Not to say that it's always like that, but you know, when we get a little worked up about something, it can happen. And that may create more of a distance between you two, and that may make it so you don't get what you want versus coming at it more logically as if you're solving a problem and coming at it from a lighthearted place. That's more likely to get you what it is that you want. So stay calm and be rational. Exactly. Be rational. Be logical. Talk over whatever's bothering you and focus on, oh my gosh, I couldn't have said it better myself. This is exactly what I was saying. Talk over whatever's bothering you and focus on solving the problem in a logical manner. That's exactly what it is. Solve the problem in a logical manner, because men are more logical and men like to solve problems rather than being emotional. They may not know what to do when you're coming at things all emotional, and that can actually make them feel bad, because really they don't want to see you hurt, especially because of them. That makes them feel bad. You know, men with good hearts, some men, you know, like narcissistic men, they like that. But other men, you know, like normal men, they don't want to see you hurting because of them. So the best thing for you to do is come at this in a logical way, communicate your standards and boundaries in a respectful way, a feminine way, a logical way, a rational way, a lighthearted way. That's going to bring you what it is that you want. All right. Pile number 4. Thank you for watching this reading. Thumbs up, like this reading, comment, share. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. Subscribe to my channel if you are returning and you have not done so already. If you would like to know more about your particular situation, how to attract your particular man, then you can book a reading with me through Wizio. That would be the best way. Wizio with an S.com/psychic love coach. That link is also in the description box below, so you can check that out there. And while you're there, make sure to enter this month's love reading drawing. I'm sending you so much love and so much light, and I look forward to seeing you here soon. Bye.